After 3 years and 5 months of use, my Kobo Elipsa became completely unresponsive, stuck in sleep mode with no way to power it on or off. Customer service offered a $15 coupon toward the new $130 device. Although I appreciated her kind gesture, it sounded like a complimentary invitation to a casino. So I took matters into my own hand, and this is how I fixed it.
올라갑니다. Going up.
The presenting symptom was a complete failure to power on, even when the button was held for upwards of 3 seconds. The same unresponsiveness occurred when a USB Type-C charging cable was connected. The white LED indicator adjacent to the power button would briefly illuminate for approximately 1 second before the device returned to complete inactivity. Under normal circumstances, connecting the charging cable should prompt the device to power on automatically. However, even this method proved ineffective. The following are the steps I took to resolve the issue. Step 1. Using a plastic opening pick or a similarly shaped tool, along with a small flathead screwdriver or a prying tool, carefully create a gap between the rear cover and the body of the device at the lower right corner, near the power button. Step 2. Once the opening pick has been inserted between the rear cover and the device, work it methodically along the edges to separate the cover from the body, which is secured with adhesive. Exercise caution not to insert the pick too deeply, as doing so risks damaging internal components, including delicate flex cables and the lithium-ion battery cells. Step 3. With the rear cover removed, locate the orange flex cable connecting the main board to the power button board. Step 4. Using a finger or the edge of an opening pick, gently lift the latch on the connector to disengage the orange flex cable. Step 5. Carefully draw the orange flex cable to the left until it is fully disconnected from the connector. Step 6. With the flex cable disconnected, press and hold the power button for a minimum of 15 seconds. Step 7. Reinsert the orange flex cable into the connector and secure the latch. Step 8. Connect the USB Type-C charging cable. At this point, the device should either power on or indicate that it is charging. Step 9. Press the power button. The steps we took complete a forced hardware reset. The device should power on as mine did. Should it fail to do so, I am afraid the fault lies beyond the scope of this particular video, though I can confirm this is precisely how I resolved the issue on my own unit. In retrospect, the 15 seconds button press with the cable disconnected may have had limited effect. The more likely cause of the fix was the disconnection and reseating of the flex cable connector itself. Upon reassembling the device, I noticed it was taking considerably longer than usual to reach a full charge. As the rear cover was already open, I took the opportunity to note the model number of the lithium-ion battery cells, information that, curiously, appears to be entirely absent from the internet. I should note that the absence of battery specifications on the upper face of the cells strikes me as a design oversight of some consequence. Retrieving that information required flipping the cell over, which introduces an unnecessary risk of damage to what are extraordinarily thin, pouch-type lithium-ion batteries. I handle such components with considerable care, as lithium-ion battery cells are not without their fire hazard, particularly when they retain a meaningful charge. It would have been preferable, in my view, had the batteries been connected to the main board via removable connectors rather than soldered directly. Had that been the case, disconnecting the battery prior to performing the preceding steps would have been the more prudent course of action. For those who may find it useful, the battery model number is P as in Papa, T as in Tango, 1580908, which can reportedly be sourced online for approximately 30,000 Korean won, or around $20 per pack. I remain, on the whole, genuinely fond of the Kobo Elipsa. It is considerably gentler on my eyes than reading from an LED display, and its capacity to hold an entire library while adding negligible weight to one's luggage makes it a remarkably practical companion for travel. There is, I think, a distinct charm to a device such as this, just as there remains an irreplaceable charm to the printed page. This was Hong Guan. If you found this video helpful, a click on the like button would mean a great deal. And should you choose to subscribe, I will be truly grateful. Until we meet again, take care.